Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with my Reading Rush TBR. This is going to be my first year doing the Reading Rush. I'm excited and already overwhelmed just because I feel like it's a lot to read in 1 week. Essentially there are 6 prompts. So I am going to kind of go through what I'm reading for each prompt. I will link the original video down below so that you can get all the actual facts and details. But the Reading Rush is going to go on next week. So very excited to join in for the first time. So I'm going to double up on some of them just because I feel like it's a lot for me for a week when I'm very busy and also very addicted to Animal Crossing. That's a whole nother situation. But anyway, okay. So the first book I'm going to read or listen to is The Wedding Date. I got this off of somebody else's TBR. And I didn't even know what it was about. And then I was like, hey, that sounds actually pretty good. And it's not something I would normally pick, but like the concept, from what I understand, like a guy gets invited to his ex-girlfriend's wedding, which is weird in the first place. And then he ends up meeting a girl in maybe an elevator and asks her to go with him. So into the craziness that stems from that. So that is going to be my pick for 2 of the prompts. The first one being reading a book that matches your birthstone. My birthstone is garnet, so red. And then it's also going to be read a book in a genre you want to read more of. I don't read a ton of romance. I've actually really liked the ones that I've delved into, so I thought that would be a perfect time to grab that. The next one is going to be read a book that starts with the, as well as read the first book you touched. So I opened up my script and I went like this and touched, and I hit on the flat share of the ones that I had saved on my TBR. So I do have the physical copy from the library as well as the audiobook from Scribd. I can listen to the audiobooks while I'm reading and also while I'm playing Animal Crossing, so that's kind of been my preferred method lately. So excited to get to this one. I know it was a lot of people really liked this one last year. So get on board with it at some point in life, right? And then the next one is read a book that inspired a movie that you've seen. And I was really struggling with this one. I went to the library, I went to get my hair thinned out, came home, and my husband and son were watching Jurassic Park, and I was like, hey, that's a book. I've never read that book. There we go. And both my library and I think Scribd had that one for an audiobook, so I was able to pick that one super fast. So that is going to be the one I read. I'm excited. I don't know if I've really read any Michael Crichton, so interested to see where that one's gonna go. And finally, read a book in a different continent, and I'm gonna read Gargantus, which is the sequel to Malamander. I loved Malamander. It was like a European seaside town. I don't even know if it's really a fictional place or a real place. So in my mind, a fictional place is still a different continent, right? And I'm not really sure where the story goes, because in the first one, they're kind of hunting for a girl's parents, as well as there's this whole mythical creature called the Malamander in it. So I'm not really sure where the second is going to go, but I'm super excited for it. I loved the first one so much. I listened to the audiobook for Malamander, so it's going to be fun to actually read the physical copy of Gargantus, who knows, so that I could see all the illustrations, because one of my favorite thing about middle grades is illustrations. So those are my plans for the 2020 Reading Rush. I would love to know if you guys are joining in. I am planning on vlogging that week, so you'll see that end of next week. I would love it if you subscribe below and join the Priory, and I will see you in the next video.